Time Walk with me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Time Walk with me. Today we are time walking, nope, can't think of a way to continue that sentence. Oh well, we're looking at Garth One-Eye, my Garth One-Eye deck. This guy, I'm actually amazed I haven't gotten to developing this commander sooner because he's kind of my favorite sort of thing. He's a bit of a toolbox in one creature. This guy is almost a full hand of some of the most useful spells in the game on legs. He only lets you cast each spell once, but of course there are ways of overcoming that limitation. The spells are Disenchant, which destroys an artifact or enchantment. Brain Geyser lets you draw X cards. Terror, destroy any non-black, non-artifact creature, can't regenerate. And when I say any, I mean target, of course. Shivan Dragon, 5/5 flyer that breathes fire. Hey, that rhymes. Regrowth, gives you back any card from your graveyard. And Black Lotus, which isn't a very good card, but you know, once you've exhausted all the other possibilities, you might decide to cast this one. So we start out here with Arcane Signet, Blighted Burgeoning, Commander's Sphere, Courier's Briefcase. I guess the Citizen token is the Courier. This also functions as a draw spell a little later in the game. Crop Rotation. You can get any land with this, not just a basic, which is good because the vast majority of the lands in this deck are non-basic. Farseek, Felwar Stone, Glamorous Outlaw. I put in a bunch of these guys just in case they're helpful at fixing mana. Playtests will reveal if they really are, but if you happen to know either way, let me know and maybe I'll replace these, or maybe I'll keep them in. Glittermonger, Elysian Caryatid, Journeyer's Kite, Llanowar Scout, Lotus Bloom. This is exactly like a Black Lotus, it's the same. It is. Yes it is. Masked Bandits, Nissa's Renewal, Reap and Sow, Rosethorn Acolyte, Shattered Seraph, Sheltered Aerie, Soul Ring, Spara's Adjudicators, Stormkiln Artist, this guy rules, Sylvan Scrying, this allows you to get a non-basic, nice, Vastwood Surge. Blinking Garth resets the spells he can give me, making him like a constantly replenishing hand on a creature. Against all odds, this blinks Garth and gives me back something cheap from the graveyard. Displacer Kitten. Once I give Garth Haste, this makes him blink every time I cast one of his 4 non-creature spells. Since one of those is Black Lotus, I'll have infinite mana to cast them. Ephemerate. This is twice as good as it looks because Rebound allows me to play it twice. Flicker Wisp. This plus the last creature on this list makes another cool infinite combo with Garth. Momentary Blink. Nephalia Smuggler. This allows me to reset Garth every turn if I want. Planar Incision. Slip on the Ring. Not slip on the ring like it's a banana peel, but I mean, put it on your finger. Teferi's Time Twist. Thassa Deep Dwelling. This is better than Nephalia Smuggler because it blinks Garth every turn for free. It can also tap down my opponent's creatures. Touch the Spirit Realm. Yorion Sky Nomad. See what I mean? He and Flickering Wisp blink each other and Garth infinitely, and between blinks, Garth can give me Black Lotuses as long as he has haste. It's very helpful for Garth to have haste, so I put in some stuff that gives it to him as a static effect. Bloodsworn Steward. This only gives Garth haste, but he's the only one who really needs it. Concordant Crossroads. This gives my opponent's creatures haste, but that's fine. Well, it's probably fine. Fires of Yavimaya. If this becomes redundant, it can be sacrificed to pump up a creature. Hammer of Perforos. Rising of the Day. Swiftfoot Boots. This doesn't give haste as a static effect, but it still works with the infinite combos because the mana from Black Lotus can be used to equip it. The idea of these cards is to bounce Garth back to my hand if I can't blink him. Soothing of Smeagol, Whitemane Lion, and you're ambushed on the road. These can untap Garth or any of the many lands in this deck that tap for multiple points of mana. Clever Conjurer. Dramatic Reversal. This is great with Isochron Scepter or many other artifacts, but I don't have any of them in this deck. Intruder Alarm. Garth will always be ready to serve you with this out. Ioreth of the Healing House. Turnabout. This can be used to help you or to hurt an opponent. Vizier of Tumbling Sands. Zephyr Winder. I don't really need that much draw in this deck since Garth gives me access to Brain Geyser, but I did put in a bit. Big Score. This helps mana fixing too. Harmonize and Meeting of the Minds. Garth gives me a good amount of interaction, so I emphasized blinking him over other interact effects. But I still put some good cards in just in case something unfortunate happens to him, and I made sure it was versatile enough to be worth including. Beast Within. Generous Gift. Reduce to Memory. Secure the Scene. Kenrith, the Returned King. This guy is a little bit like Garth in that he has an ability for every color. Mirage Mirror. Morophon the Boundless. This makes Garth and my other humans or wizards cheap or free to cast. Quirion Dryad. Time Sieve. Extra turns are fun. Well, for me they are. The strategy here was to include a land of every 2-color combination that gives me a life when it enters the battlefield, and lands that bounce those back to my hand as well as tap for 2 mana of different colors. I didn't have enough of the bounce lands to do every color combination, but I wanted to leave room for basic lands anyway. Azorius Chancery, Boros Garrison, Dimir Aqueduct, Gruul Turf, Izzet Boilerworks, Rakdos Carnarium, Selesnya Sanctuary, Bloodfell Caves, Blossoming Sands, Dismal Backwater, Jungle Hollow, Rugged Highlands, Scoured Barrens, Swiftwater Cliffs, Thornwood Falls, Tranquil Cove, Wind-Scarred Crag, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Path of Ancestry, and of course, the basics, which there are, I think, 3 of each. You will find a link to the deck list in the description, so check it out, and I will see you next time.